Welcome back to my channel, Smoking and Grilling, and today we paying homage to National Cookie Day, and we doing it with me, AB. Now check this out. This is a collaboration video between myself and Kiwanis Kitchen. I'll leave a link down in the description box below so you guys can check out, her version of her cookies, because she paying homage also. Now, this was like a kind of like true to me, because I've always been wanting to do something for like national whatever. I don't care if it's National Coffee Day, I just wanted to have my hat in it. So here it is, National Cookie Day 2019, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make two cookies. One, I'm gonna pay homage to the chocolate chip cookie. Super easy to make. I got a cool recipe for you guys, great for anybody that wants to get into the kitchen, and work with the young ones or just work with your loved one. It doesn't make a difference. Hey, listen, real easy to make, right? And then the second one, we're gonna do gingerbread cookies. Now, I'm gonna tell you this, listen, I had to look up a recipe myself, found it, looked at it, made it twice and said, hey, this right here is the one. Super easy. I don't know why everybody not making it, but look, hey, check this out. I know I'm a different type of cat, and just seeing me play with these and a smile on my face, hey, you know what? I'm all for it. So listen, I'm not gonna over talk it. I'm gonna throw my two entries in for this collaboration, and don't forget, when this is over with, go by and check out hers. And right now, we finna get right into it. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get this oven preheated. So let's go ahead and start this we're gonna preheat to 350 degrees. Now, while that's getting up, bringing it up to temperature, I'm getting ready to start off with the chocolate chip cookies first. Okay, now we got the oven. It's on its way up to 350 degrees. So what I did was I lined everything out. Look, I got butter right here. And listen, this is room temperature butter. We got 1 cup. I'm gonna add the sugar, white sugar, and brown sugar. I put those right here in front of me to make it super easy. So what I do is I put them in order that I see them right here. That way I don't make no mistakes, and it just makes it super easy. So now I'll just go ahead and add this. And this is unsalted butter, you guys. Now this is key. You wanna make sure that your butter is at room temperature. That's like really a real tip. Now the next thing is the white sugar. I just sprinkle a little bit of this in. And then with the brown sugar, I'm gonna do the exact same, just a little bit right now. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna run the blender. We're gonna always, my ultimate goal is to be at medium speed, right? But I always start off everything low so I don't have any problems, and then we work our way up. So now I add my attachment, lock it, and remember, you start off on low. And then what you can do is you can start adding the rest of your, your sugars in. Now, after about I'm gonna say this is more closer to like 3 minutes, it becomes a little, I'm getting ready to show you guys right now. You know what, but you wanna take your spatula and make sure you get all of your, your butter and your sugars, thoroughly mixed before we move over to the next step. So I'm gonna put it back on just a second. I wanna take this spatula and then run it around the edge of the walls, just to make sure that we got all of the butter incorporated with the sugar. I'll probably run it for another 30 seconds, and then we'll go from there. Once this is done, it looks, once it becomes fluffy, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how it looks. There you go. That's what you're gonna want to achieve in the very beginning. Now, once we got it looking just like that, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna incorporate 1 egg in at a time along with the vanilla. So listen, we got 2 eggs total, then we got our vanilla. Now you'll notice that I'm cracking my eggs. I'm cracking them separately. Now I learned this pro tip from from like really several of my subscribers, and they told me, listen, this is the way you do it. That way if you ever have a bad one, you won't ruin your batter. Hey, you guys know who you are, and thank you. Now that we're done with that, now we're getting ready to add our 3 cups of all-purpose flour along with our baking soda. And listen, when we put our flour in there, we're gonna sift it. So, show you that right now. Okay, put my sifter right over the top. Now we wanna get 3 cups. I'm gonna start off with just a cup, from the very beginning, just 1. So I take it, and look, just shake it against your, your hand like this, and you guys can see, real easy. So once you see everything has been incorporated, nicely, look, don't over blend it. You know what, we're gonna stop, and we're gonna repeat the process. Okay, after you got your third cup in there, we mixing it. Remember, start off on low. So now we introduce our baking soda. Now you just want to like sprinkle it in as your mixer is mixing your ingredients. You know, just a little bit at a time and let the, paddle work its way around. That way you can, be assured that it's, genuinely and, thoroughly getting, mixed. Now, notice that I took the paddle off and now I'm just hand putting the chips inside of there. That's because you just want to fold it over. You don't want to put that in there and then mix it with the blender. You know what, this right here with that fold technique. And then also, if you like pecans, listen, you can put pecans, in there, and then you can have some pecans. What would we call that? I guess that'd just be a pecan chocolate chip, cookie. It's up to you. You can tailor make them how you like it, but I'm gonna stay true to the game, chocolate chips. Okay, check this out. This is gonna be my cooling rack. I'm gonna set this off to the side. And this is my Mrs. Anderson, baking mat. Hey, I like this. You don't gotta spray it, you don't have to do nothing. It's oven safe. You just put your cookies right on top of this and go right in the oven. Unless you don't have to worry about it melting or nothing. Now, look, I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup. This is what I'm gonna do. 1/4 cup, this is how I'm gonna do it. Just go, give me a 1/4 cup, just like this right here. Check it out, I'm just gonna make this little ball. And we're gonna set it there. And then all we're gonna do is repeat. Now make sure that you guys give them, plenty of room to expand. Notice my spacing. And I'm just gonna make these right here for myself, and the rest of them I'm gonna make with, those pecans in it. So this is what I'm talking about. This is it right here, so you guys can know, what it should look like. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just stick it in the oven. We're gonna put it in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. I'm gonna look at them at 10 minutes and decide if I'm gonna go a little further, but always check them before, never check them at the latter time. Now, this is what they look like. This was after really like about 17 minutes. You know what? It took a minute for them to brown, but when I see them starting to brown like this and crack, I know they're ready. So I'm gonna let them stay right here. I'm gonna let them cool, and then we're gonna let them cool. I guess I'm gonna let them cool for about 4 or 5 minutes maybe. Then I'm gonna transfer them over to my cooling rack. Now, once they've cooled, you know what? We just go ahead. We cooled enough just to, transfer them over to that baking sheet. That cooling sheet. So what I'm gonna do is set them off to the side, and now it's time to start our gingerbread cookies. Again, we want to start with unsalted butter, and then we want them to be you want that to be at room temperature, and you want to go ahead and start putting that into your mixer. So once we got that in there, then we're gonna move over to that brown sugar. You know what? This is an easy recipe. A lot of families don't make these at home. This is more like a treat. Like when we out and we see them, in the store window, everybody goes crazy over them and then we get them. But hey, listen, they so easy. You can make them at your house. I wish I was making them since, back in the day when I was with my mama. All right, now look, you just want to mix it. And once you get it mixed and it becomes, creamy, then you want to make sure you scrape the side of your bowls. The side of your bowl, get the bottom of it, make sure everything is brought back to the center, and then you want to add your molasses. Now we add our molasses, then we turn it on, and now we just want to make sure that it's, mixed thoroughly. Once that's mixed, again, we just talked about this. Listen, break your egg separately, take a look at your egg, and then drop it in your mix. That way you won't ruin it. You know what? Now that's egg number 2. Now, go ahead, let it run, and let it, you can look in there and you can see that it's completely, mixed. And that's what it should look like once everything has, been mixed thoroughly. Now it's time to add our all-purpose flour. Now, it says 4 cups. What I like to do is I like to add, about 3 cups first. You know what I mean? Then we're going to sift it, break it down. Once it's inside of there, we're going to run the mixer. I want to tell you this. Here go a pro tip for you. If you don't start on low, when you got that flour in there, you're finna have flour all over the place. Now, start off on low and keep it going. Now, as it's going, now it's time to incorporate our cornstarch and the rest of our dry ingredients. That right there is that ground cinnamon. Just real easy. Take your time. Hey, this is a great project to do with your family. You know what I mean? That's the ground ginger. Then you come with the ground cloves. Now, I know that's 1/8 of a teaspoon. Listen, ground cloves are strong. You can go up to 1/4 if you like cloves. But I'm going to just say start with the 1/8 and see how you like it. And then your salt. Now, I came back right here. I added, after I had got everything mixed, then I put my 4th cup. That was my 4th cup of flour in there. And listen, sometimes we got to put 5 in there. And then you can look at it. If it doesn't tear away from the, and it doesn't stick to the side, and it's sticking to the side of your bowl, then you want to add your 5th one. So listen, it should be 4 to 5 cups of flour. Now, you see the way that's sticking right there and how it all sticks together and it just drops down? That's what we want right there. That's the way it looks. Now look, check this out. I'm grabbing it. You can see I can grab a ball right there with the spatula. It doesn't stick to the spatula and it doesn't stick to the rest of it. You just want it to be, nice and firm, yet, easy to roll so that you can go ahead and hit it with a cookie cutter. And you can also make, regular circle cookies also. Now, that's just wax paper, you guys. Look, I got me a gingerbread, form right there. That's my cookie cutter. So, real easy. Get it. Look, I didn't even wet my hand or put no oil in it or nothing. I just grab some of the dough, I form a ball, and I'm gonna say that's about the size of a softball. Then you just want to put it there, put your wax paper on top, get your rolling pin. Now this is where it gets a little tricky because you want to keep it so that everything stays even. They have some rings for your rolling pin. I don't have any, but you want to get it, I guess, somewhere right around 3/8 of an inch. Now, the rest of it is self-explanatory. This is where everybody have fun because now you can see your creativity come to life. So there it is. The rest of it, super easy, huh? Tear the excess off, get yourself a spatula, and be careful right here because you see that dude is right over there to the right. He don't look so well, huh? That's because I was manhandling them. And then after being in the oven for 12 minutes, when they come out, that's the way they look. Then if you want to get fancy, you can go ahead and just, put some icing on it or whatever. But I just want to let you guys know this is what I had for National Cookie Day 2019. Thank you, Kiwanis Kitchen, and let's get it. So tell me what you guys think about this one here. You know what? It's easy to put together, and this is my contribution to, National Cookie Day. Now, don't forget, this is a collaboration between myself and Kiwanis Kitchen. So let's all go over there, go by and check out what she's doing. I don't know what she's doing. We haven't even been talking and nothing like that. I just want to see what she's doing, and I want to say, hey, thank you for inviting me, and letting me know that today is National Cookie Day. Now, I want you guys to tell me down in the comment section below, what's your 3 favorite cookies? I'm gonna give you guys mine, starting with number 1. Number 1 is oatmeal raisin. Number 2 will be chocolate chip. And number 3, that's gonna be them snickerdoodles. Hey, so listen, if you're new to my channel, let me just take this time to say, welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video and tell everybody out there there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And with that being said, you guys, I'm out of here. Happy National Cookie Day.